Hello everybody, and welcome to this beautiful auditorium. Today's speaker is going to be Ashley Green. Hello, my name is Ashley Green. I am a freshman at the University of New Mexico, and today I will be talking about my journey with math. Let's start off from the beginning. When I was younger, I really did not like math. I was okay at it, but I absolutely hated doing it. During my childhood, I would always avoid doing any math and would never do anything except what I absolutely had to do. And whenever I would have to do math, I always got sad because, frankly, I really did not want to do any of it. Now, you may be thinking, this is just some lazy little girl trying not to do math because she just doesn't want to do it. But I had a couple reasons. One of those reasons being that for me, math just never really made that much sense. Math was just a way, to me, sounded like busy work. It was just something that I had to do and that I really dreaded doing. Like when your teacher gives you work to do during break or whatever, and then when you come back, you just turn it in and that's over with. That's what I felt about math. A little bit of backstory. Every summer, my mom would pick me up these math books from Barnes & Noble's, which is a local bookstore here in my hometown of Albuquerque, so I wouldn't lose my math skills. Never really understood why she did that, but I would always come back to school with even more math remembered than anyone else in my grade, so I guess it was sort of worth it. I absolutely hated doing them, but I had to. My mom even had those little times tables cards, you know, the little blue ones that had like the little things on them, yeah. And my mom would have me do at least one of those every day. Those were the absolute worst. I would always procrastinate doing them and would just breeze through them, not even paying attention. Now, back to the story. The main event of this whole situation is when I was in second grade, I had a teacher who my family knew very well. She had been my sister's teacher when she was younger, and now she was my teacher. One day, my elementary school, Puesta del Sol here in beautiful Rio Rancho, was offering an extra math test to anyone who wanted to take it. My second grade math teacher had asked the whole class if we wanted to do this extra math thing. And you know what? Guess who was the only one who didn't raise their hand to want to do it? It was me. I was that one person who hadn't raised my hand originally. I was so extremely embarrassed and looked everywhere I could as to not make eye contact with my teacher, because I knew she would have told me something or asked me why I didn't want to take it. Like when you fall and look around and make sure no one's watching you. I was in elementary school, so when you get out of school, your parents had to go pick you up from the teacher. Oh, elementary school days, love those. My mom had to go to my teacher to pick me up after school had ended, and my teacher had walked up to my mom and said hello, and my teacher then pulled my mom aside and told her what happened in class that day. After that, I heard my mom tell my teacher to sign me up for the math test anyways, and that I had to take my test. I was so sad when I heard that, because I was a little pouty second grader who didn't like math. Whoa. I remember the car ride home that day, my mom and I had a long talk about why I should do all the math I can while I have the opportunity. I'm pretty sure she made me make a pros and cons list, and obviously to my mom's avail, there was way more pros than cons. The day of the test, I went in and thought I had done okay. I have really bad test anxiety, so I was kind of nervous when I walked in. A couple weeks after that happened, we got our test results back, and I ended up getting the highest score in the whole class. After class, my teacher pulled me aside and asked me why I hadn't raised my hand originally. And I said, "'Cause I didn't like math and I never will." She said, "But you're so good, why don't you like math?" The aftermath, literally. As I've grown and matured, I've realized that math can actually be fun and be very useful in everyday life. And that event was the beginning of my journey for my love with math. Surprisingly, it doesn't really seem that far from where I am right now. But I stand right here, I'm 18 years old, and I'm going to college. Crazy. During school, I would go home and work on math every moment I could. Throughout the rest of my schooling, I always took all the math I could, and I would always do extra work whenever I could. Little side note. Also in the 4th grade, I became that person that tells the teacher that they forgot about the homework. Big sorry about anyone that was in my 4th grade class. I will never do that again. In 5th grade, because of my ability and my love for science and math, I joined the science club at my school. My team built a robot and took it to a competition and earned a medal for my team's cool robot. In my senior year of high school, I ended up taking Calculus 1, which was the medium level of math at my high school. I enjoyed it so much that I am taking applications of Calculus this year and was about 2 weeks ahead on the homework last week. You know how people say to save the best for last? I always do my math homework last because I know I will enjoy doing it. And if it's late at night, it helps me to relax from a busy day. What does the future hold? What's the lesson to be learned from this situation? Some days I just sit and think about how all of this stems from my mom and 2nd grade math teacher making me take an extra math test. This seems crazy to me, as I would not right now take an extra math test, but I guess that was also me then. I realize now that just because you don't like something in the present doesn't mean you will always not like it, and you will learn and grow as you get older and things will change. People always laugh when I tell this story because it seems dumb and like it wouldn't go anywhere. But because of my love for math, I have chosen to study biochemistry in college, and I'm on the pre-med path to become a doctor and help more people. My goal in life is to always try to inspire as many people as I can and to help as many people as I can. From a young age, I had always wanted to be a doctor. I have strived my hardest in school, always tried my best. Sometimes didn't do my best, but I always tried my hardest and wanted to make a difference. In 10th grade, I got my first responder license so I could go out into the community and help people. And this summer, I am planning on getting my EMT basic license, which is the next step up. That means I can go work in a hospital. Obviously, right now, because of COVID, I cannot because I am only 18. But hopefully by that point, COVID will be at least subdued for a little bit, and I will be able to go get the job of my dreams. My ultimate goal is to become an anesthesiologist and to help more people during surgery and stressful times. Thank you for coming to my talk. If you have any questions, ask them now.